Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading would be for Cenat or Cenat. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. So the reason why I'm having this reading is because I seen a YouTube short of him a minute ago, like a few weeks ago. He was attending a fashion show. He was wearing all black and he wasn't looking too good. Just with my intuitive eyes, just seeing him, he didn't look too well. And other people noticed that as well, because in the comment section, people were saying that Hollywood turned him out. So I'm kind of just I don't know what's going on with him. He wasn't really looking too good to me. He was looking really unwell. So I'm going to be having this reading out of my own curiosity, just to see what's going on with this man. So let's see what happens. All right, so let's see what's going on with this. All right, there's a void. He's dealing with the void right away with this emptiness. This guy is drained. Before I even get to the cards, let me just focus on the energies that I'm getting. Also, I'm going to take my time with this reading. I'm not going to rush through it. So let's see, what's happening with him. Emptiness, feeling drained. It almost looks like him as well. But it's like a vibe I'm getting of just a tiredness. This man is really tired. He's really tired. He's been through some stuff. Let me just say it like that. He's been through some stuff, and it's almost just he really doesn't have more to give. And I can see that being a serious thing, because, sometimes when, you're trying to be a personality, you're trying to convey all this energy, it can be draining, So there's some emptiness with that. Common ground. He's doing the best he can, though. It's giving me a vibe of things are frigid. Things aren't where he would like them to be in his life, but he's trying to hang in there. He's trying to be seen. He's trying to be heard. He's trying to fill in that void. He's trying to put in the effort to balance out his life with this common ground energy. You know what I mean? He's really, truly trying to do the best he can. Unconditional love in his spiritual ethers. In this 7 here. This void, it's still going to be an issue for him. I gotta be real. It's still going to be an issue for him. This is giving me a karmic energy. I'm even getting something karmic with his lineage and all that. What else can we see? One more card. All right. Light of awareness. So it's kind of just this void is going to be here regardless. I don't know if this guy suffers with depression, feeling empty, anxiety, and shit like that. But he's going through it, Yeah, he be trying to make things happen in his life, as far as planting seeds, and you know what I mean? Those seeds being work related, you know what I mean? Trying to plant seeds of life, you know what I mean? Trying to enjoy himself the best he can. But what I'm seeing here is that the sad thing is that this emptiness, you know what I mean, to start the reading and to close the reading, is persistent in his energy. So there's a void. What else can we see? Let me actually ask, where is this emptiness coming from? Can we see that? Where is this emptiness coming from? His foundation's not right. Let me just say that. Yeah, there's issues with his foundation from the start. The hang mummy. I was like, what the hell? The hangman, basically. So this being stuck, this is definitely giving me depression. This is definitely an energy of depression. You know what I mean? This is something going on with him, internally. So there's definitely depression. What else can we see? The hangman is synonymous with Pisces. Pisces can be very depressed. And I'm not saying this guy is a Pisces. When the reading I had for Justin Bieber and his chick, I was talking about the moon, and I forgot what sign I mentioned. I think it was Pisces, or it was something. It was Cancer. And I wasn't saying that any of them was a Cancer. I was just trying to explain the energies. But what else can I see? All right. Okay, so this wanted to fall out in like the future slot. And what makes this interesting is that this trying to balance things out, this adjustment, issues with balancing things out. This guy, he's suffering from some real life stuff, you know. You might see the success, right? You might see the buffoonery, right? Him acting like a clown. You know, that sort of content is not my cup of tea. I think it's for children. You know, it's kind of just like unsavory if you ask me. But like all of that, you know, it's something deeper going on here. You know, sometimes if you're smiling a lot, or if you might, you know, not necessarily like display like issues you're dealing with, people might think you're okay. But this is giving us some serious shit here, you know. And also I'm going to be looking to see like if anyone touched his booty, because like, you know, the melanated community, they're always into that sort of shit. They always want to know who's doing gay shit, who's not doing gay shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but it's like some sort of repressed taboo in the community that seems to get people off. They love knowing about that bullshit. But let's see what else. Let's fill these 2 slots. Yeah. Okay, so this guy, I mean, just going through a lot. I mean, my God, the Tower, sideways. You know, I'm going to be real, praying, not necessarily having your prayer be heard. It's almost like a beam me up, Scotty, trying to like pray to like the divine, the most high, your prayers not being heard. So, I mean, this is actually really deep. This is really deep. What else can we see? But at the same time, though, this guy, he has a lot of opportunity, you know? He has a lot of blessings as far as, like, money situations. But it's just not enough. Let me just say that. Not just that. This also relates to sort of just, like, his interactions with others. He doesn't want to appear weak. He doesn't want to appear sad. He wants to appear like he has it all together. You know what I mean? He wants to share sort of just like positivity. He doesn't want to share the negativity. This also creates a bit of anxiety for him, you know, because he's aware of himself. He's aware that he's going through some shit. Let me see. Is this a form of spell work? Is someone doing some sort of spell work on him? I believe that he's Haitian. So let's see. Is this spell work? Because his lineage was popping up earlier. So what is this? Is this spell work, or is this like just bad shit in the blood? I wanted to fall in the spiritual ether, so I'm going to leave it there. Oh, and let me just say, it's already been answered. Oh, it's already been answered. The moon. The moon has to do with lineage. There's some negative things going on with his lineage. That's actually one of the things the moon represents. It represents your mind, right? It represents how you're feeling. But a deep thing about the moon, esoterically, is that it represents sort of just like all the lineages of the world, like everything that might have happened in your lineage. It represents genetic memory, right? There's something going on with sort of just like his blood. When I say his blood, his genetic situation, there's some shit going on here. The card flew out in reverse. So this is some negative things going on with his genetic memory. What else can we see? What else? Could have came from his mother. Definitely could have came from his mother. Not just that, I don't know anything of this guy. So if anyone knows and want to say something in the reading, cool, you can. But I'm definitely seeing some mother issues here. What else can we see? Love life issues as well. Love life issues not being sort of just like how he would like things to be. Also still relating to his mother. Trauma with women. This guy has trauma with women. What else can we see? And my apologies for the loud-ass neighbors always slamming doors and being obnoxious. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and I guess people aren't happy. Let's see. Sometimes though the phone edits out the sound, so I don't know. Maybe you guys won't hear it, but like it'd be all this shit. Okay, there's also things going on here with there's a lot going on here. Karmic lessons, the world representing the earth, the world representing Saturn. The world is Saturn. That's actually what the world is. It represents other things, but dealing with some Saturnian issues, right? When we're talking about depression, anxiety, and I'm sorry that this reading is so depressing, but it just is what it is. When we're talking of like these real life issues and Saturn's popping up and it's sideways and shit, this is something that's been going on for a while. Not just that, this is something that's going to continue as we've seen. So, I mean, that's also a big sort of vibe. You know, this guy, he has some tremendous success, right? Some huge, tremendous success in his life. But this outcast energy, feeling other, feeling different. I'm also getting a vibe of bereavement that just people don't understand. He feels like he's alone when dealing with these issues. Also his emotion, the card's face down. So what's going on with his emotion? He's a fighter. He's definitely a fighter, you know, don't get it twisted. He's definitely a fighter and trying to make the best of his life. But, you know, this man, he's dealing with some shit. Now let's get into the more salacious, common bullshit that people enjoy. I should have probably did that first. Did someone touch this man's booty? So let's see. Like Hollywood. Was Hollywood up in this man's booty? Was he turned out? You know what I mean? Were they doing the nasty in his asshole? What can we see? All right. Well, the Queen of Pentacles popped up, right? So I asked, is something going on with his booty? So there's some sort of compensation, if you want to call it, a trade-off of resources, whatever. What else can we see? So we're getting coin, getting a lot of coin at that. Okay, more coin, right? Not just that, this 10 of pumpkins, this 10 of pentacles, and it's sideways. It's giving me some deep stuff here. It's giving me some deep stuff here, you know. I gotta be real with you guys. I'm seeing some sort of ritual. I'm definitely seeing some sort of ritual for this cash, right? And this shady too, right? He's making some money that can really like, I don't know how you would say it. Like it can last a few generations, you know? Like if, you know, everyone plays their cards right, you know, if they invest well. This is sort of cash that sort of just like, you know, your lineage can build off of. I don't know if this guy was rich, right? I don't know if this guy has been connected. But what I'm seeing here is shady things going on with money. Not just that, I'm also seeing rituals. What else can we see? Did they touch this man's booty? Was Hollywood up in this booty? What's going on? Or up in that booty, I should say, because they weren't up in mine, because I assure you I would be paid, right? The 8 of Ghosts, walking away. This guy, he does this thing where it's kind of just like, you know, he might have went to a Diddy party. I don't know why Will Smith is popping up to me. I actually got a visual of Will Smith, so I don't even know why I said Diddy. But he could have went to a Will Smith party. You know, some fear. He's telling me anxiety. Those are the energies I'm getting. Fear, anxiety, walking away, wanting to walk away. Not just that, it's telling me coming back. So, I mean, and what's the final card going to be in the spiritual ethers? What can we see? Are they up in Cenat's booty? What can the energies tell us? The 10 of Cups. So what I'm seeing here, I'm going to be real with you. Did he dabble in some shit in the energies of the current? Yes. Did he dabble in some shit? Yes. Did he get himself involved in some shit in the past to obtain some cash? Yes. Right? Possibly. Let me say it like that. This isn't my opinions. This is tarot, and this is the energy speaking. Yeah. Y'all bitches ain't gonna be trying to sue me. Fuck you guys. I don't got the cash for you bitches anyway. But what I'm seeing here is kind of just like, you know, I gotta be real. We're some white boys playing with this guy's situation. Let me just say it that way. There were some shady things going on to obtain this money. You know what I mean? There was some shady shit going on to obtain this money. Did he walk away from it? Yes. Will he be coming back to it for more money? Let's let the card speak for itself, right? Let's see. Will this guy be coming back to the bullshit for more money? What can we see? What can we see? What can we see? Will the guy be coming back? Well, let's see. Will he be coming back to Hollywood? All right, this is his emotions. And it's telling me pull from the bottom of the deck too. So we're going to get to that. But let's see. Okay, the couple. A shady coupling. And again, my apologies for the loud neighbors. I don't know who's walking by. The windows are closed and shit, so. But anyway, will he be coming back for some of this Hollywood cash, right? Because he walked away from it. Will he be coming back, right? This is a bad romance. When we speak of the lovers, when we speak of romance and shit, right? And it's sideways, you know, it's just shady happening. It's uncomfortable, right? So will he be coming back? Yes. He flirts with this. And I didn't even have to pull this card. I just do it because I know that sometimes people want to like see how it correlates and shit instead of just me saying how I feel. Because I can tell you how I feel without the cards and shit, like the energies I'm feeling intuitively. I just use the cards as a medium, as a visual for you guys to see the visuals and the meanings and stuff, right? So will he be coming back to this sort of Hollywood situation for this cash? Yes. Will it be a bad romance? Yes. Now, I was told to pull from the bottom of the deck, right? And this relates to his emotions as well. So let's see. What is this? Message from Earth. This guy, right? You know, he's a bit of a clown, right? This is him. This encapsulate him, right? As far as like being a buffoon, being a clown for cash, being a clown for money. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I think you call it minstrel or some shit. It's like one of those minstrel shows where like black people are made fun of, or like, you know, like it's giving me that sort of vibe. You know, I know some people don't see it that way, and some people are kind of just like, oh, let the guy cook, and, you know, who cares, he's making money. But, you know, sometimes, you know, things are a little bit deeper than just making money and shit and talking about let someone cook and, oh, I'm happy for your success and all that bullshit. Let's get to the real shit, right? You know, this guy is a bit of a clown and shit, right? And, you know, he'll do some clown shit for some money, right? He might toot that booty up in the air, you know what I mean, to make things happen, you know? Did he walk away from it? Yes. But will he be returning to this bad romance? Yes. And why? Because of the goddamn coin. Now, we're going to try to close this off with some positive shit, right? Positivity, right? Do the universe, I don't even know if I want to tap into his ancestry. I don't even know if I want to even deal with that. You know what I mean? But do his ancestors, do the universe have any guidance for this man? You know, because he's going through it and shit, and it's sad. So let's see. Do the universe, his ancestors, have any sort of advice for him, right? To help him and shit. So let me get into this. The paradox. This is a paradox because it's almost just like he's aware of what he's doing. He's aware of what's making him sad. He's aware that he's dealing, like I told you guys, with the emptiness. Here you go, the emptiness. This man, he's aware of it. He's aware that he's not happy. And it's funny because the energies keep yelling at me saying, it's true, it's true, it's true. This guy, he's aware of it. You know what I mean? You see this 8, this 108, and this 98. 8 is an energy of intuition. It's an energy of depth. It's an energy of Scorpio, right? One thing about Scorpios, and I'm not saying this guy is a Scorpio, I have to say that. I'm just talking about the energies, right? What the energies represent, so people can understand. One thing about Scorpios is that they're aware of what they're doing, right? So when they're kind of being malicious, when they're kind of being bitter, and when they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, whether it be reckless sex or whether it be having like mood swings and mood issues and, you know, all the negative shit that, you know, people know Scorpios for, oh, they're most definitely aware of it. But it's kind of just like, you know how like sometimes when my ADHD takes over and I just start talking a ton of shit and I can't help myself and I keep going and I know it's bad, but I'm just like, what's the big deal? With these Scorpios, they do the same thing when they're on their negative shit. It's kind of just like they know, they're aware of it, right? And this is kind of what creates like almost like a karmic pushback in their life, and it brings a lot of negativity to them. And then they're kind of just like, because they might be positive one week or one day out of the month or some shit. And it might be like, oh, I'm a good person. Why is all this bad shit happening to me? And it's just because like your ass was aware of what you were doing when you were being shitty. Now, I say all that to say, right, this paradox, right, this him feeling cold, this him wanting to nurture and comfort himself, right, it's kind of just like he knows he feels like some sort of outsider. He feels like some sort of outcast. Right, where the hell is it? I'm not going to even look for it. Am I? The outcast. Okay, there we go. I don't want to mess up the piles and make it so messy. But he already knows that he feels like an outcast, right? He already feels like an outcast. He understands it. But for him, it's a difficult situation because it's kind of like, okay, the money. He's like, okay, I care about the money. And he does like the fame. He does like the attention. But it's kind of just like he doesn't feel complete. This looks like an alien trying to comfort him or herself, right? Like they're wrapped in blankets and shit. But it's kind of just like, this coldness. And it has to do with his actions. He knows what it is. That's why he's empty. Now, it's almost just like the paradox continues because this world, this internet shit, whatever he's in, right? I believe he do live streams or YouTube or whatever. It's kind of just like that leap of faith energy. He is trying to cheer himself up. But there's elements of this game when you're at this level or at that level where it comes with certain things. And I'm not saying that everyone that makes money is involved in some crazy shit. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying everyone that's an actor or even an actress or whatever are involved in some crazy things. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that, right? But you have to understand, he's rubbing elbows with, certain people. So it's kind of just like reasonably, you know what I mean? Sometimes, if you're rubbing elbows with certain people, kind of what you think is going to happen, right? And this is why I was getting like a Will Smith party and things like that, when you're in this type of vibe, so it's kind of just like, it's saying just like, you're trying to cheer yourself up, but you're stuck. So this energy is saying have compassion for him. So it's telling me have compassion for this man because he's stuck. What else can we see? Community. He needs to change his community. Look, association of worlds, right? What was I telling you? You see that shit, right? What was I telling you? I just show the deck and shit so people could see. But it's kind of just like association of worlds. Who is he associating himself with, right? These celebrities, these people, and I'm not even getting like the Nicki Minaj or the people that might come on his streams. No, I'm talking about like how he's popping up at this fashion show and shit, wearing all black, right? It's kind of just like what's going on when the cameras aren't turned on. And I'm sorry, I think my camera's kind of like drooping a bit that way. I need to fix my setup. But anyway, and I can't fix it now while I'm doing the reading. My apology. But this thing with associations and shit, that's a big deal, right? If this was my client, it's kind of just like, your associations, they're not really helping you. They're kind of tearing you down a bit. How do you feel, right? How does this guy feel? Are these associations making you feel good? Because it was showing that you want to walk away from pretty much everything I'm kind of getting. But most importantly, like the world, the people. But it's kind of just like, you're dealing with people and shit. And these numbers represent things, but I don't want this reading to be too long, right? And this is just, so you guys could get like a vibe of what's happening. But what's the last card? What's the advice for him? What else? He needs to change his associations and shit. And also, if you would like to have a reading with me, how to go about that is in the description box. Everything is there in the description box. You don't have to ask me like in the comment section or you can email if you want, about like whatever you want to know before you have the reading. But all the information is in the description box. And I only use PayPal as my payment method because it's safe for the client and it's safe for me, right? It's not a ghetto cash app situation. Guilt. Okay, so it was deep, right? Because even before I had this reading, I seen him. I seen his eyes, right? And his eyes, I gotta be real, it was giving me eyes of someone that dealt with something in eyes of someone that dealt with something in their youth. I don't even know how to, like, saying it is weird. I'm getting a vibe now of kind of like fear of trying to suppress this. He wants to suppress this. But there was definitely some abuse in his youth. Most definitely some abuse in his youth, right? So this guy, he's dealing with trauma, and you can even see it in his eyes. His eyes kind of look broken. You can tell a lot by looking at someone's eyes. His eyes are broken, and the reason why his eyes are broken, like it looks kind of like sad and shit, is because he's dealing with trauma. This man is dealing with a lot of trauma. So, you know, the energy is just saying that we get it. You want to make money. You know what I mean? We get it. You're trying to do the best you can. This leap of faith. You're trying to do the best you can for your family, for yourself. You know what I mean? You want to make yourself into a success. The energies get it. They're not mad at him, right? This isn't giving me like anything where they're mad at him. But they're saying like, yo, the community you're hanging out with, watch out for the community you're hanging out with. These are not good people. And I don't even know who he hangs out with. But what I'm seeing here is watch out who you hang out with, because it's some dark energies associated with them. And you're already going through your own dark energies yourself, because you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with trauma. Not just that, then you add demons on top of that from other people. You know, it's a lot going on, and it's triggering him. Like the things he has to do, it triggers him. It triggers a lot of stuff. So this was a more deep reading. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you made it this far, definitely press the goddamn thumbs up button. And yeah, peace and abundance, everyone. Take care.